The next few days, they may decide who the next Speaker of the House will be. A candidate forum is set to take place in Washington on Tuesday, with Republicans expected to vote their choice for Speaker on Wednesday. The Speaker of the House must be voted on by the entire House chamber. Joe St. George has a look at what we can expect on the decision.
Last week was historic. The first Speaker of the House ever to be voted out of office. This week, Republicans begin the process of electing a new speaker, and there are two ways that this will go: a quick selection full of unity, or a drawn-out process full of division.
Here are the two Republican lawmakers you really need to be paying attention to right now. Congressman Steve Scalise of Louisiana and Congressman Jim Jordan of Ohio. Scalise is the current majority leader and came to power alongside former Speaker Kevin McCarthy. But that doesn't mean much right now. McCarthy was also very close to Jordan, appointing him chair of the powerful Judiciary Committee, a top job with subpoena power. Scalise is currently battling a form of blood cancer, myeloma. He described his diagnosis as treatable in the past few days.
The cancer has dropped dramatically because of the success of the chemotherapy.
In addition to battling cancer, Scalise was nearly killed by a shooter in 2017 while practicing baseball with some of his congressional colleagues. He returned weeks later to bipartisan applause. As for Jordan, he technically lacks the leadership experience of Scalise, but he doesn't lack name recognition. Jordan has been in office since 2007, going viral many times for taking on individuals like Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Mr. Chairman, I don't want you to answer my question. The American people want Dr. Fauci to answer the question.
Of course, it's very possible that no candidate reaches the necessary number to win, and that a name not even mentioned in this report could emerge. Some members of Congress have even said they want former President Donald Trump to do the job. After all, you don't need to be a member of the House to be Speaker. Trump did, however, endorse Jordan last week. So how is a Speaker of the House selected? Well, there are typically 435 voting members. That means 218 is typically the number you need to win a majority. But right now there are only 433 members. 2 seats are vacant. If every member votes this week, that means 217 will be the magic number, a number that could change and become even lower if some skip the vote or vote present. Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.